Yep.
Same. Same, pretty much. We are live now, by the way, so this is all getting caught, and I'm very happy about that. We're going live, yes. Spiders! No, I agree with you, I agree with that. I don't hate insects, I don't hate spiders.
You try to save them.
Yeah, like, we actually have a bit of a moth infestation right now. Oh, right, I forgot I have that in the background.
I haven't seen a single one today. Usually they're out, like...
I've been catching a lot of them, and I think the initial, like... That's the infestation mostly resolved. Like, I'm sure there's, like, another batch of eggs and stuff. But yeah, we've been catching and saving moths and throwing them outside. Because it's not their fault they're dumb and they're laying eggs in our clothes. That's not our problem. Like... And we've also been keeping the house very cool lately. And that helps cut down on it. So... Yeah. But I don't mind bugs. I just don't want them on my shit. Yes, I want them outside. They want to live in the walls. Cool. I don't live in the walls. You guys live in the walls. Do your thing. But when you live somewhere near where I exist, and you might be threatening, that's when I draw the line. Also, why wasps are from 10th level hell, and they can all die. Except Beedrill. I love you, Beedrill. You're great.
the fictitious wasp.
Yeah, you know why? Because I can fucking talk to Beedrill. I can walk into Beedrill and be like, hey man, can I go by? And the thing will just go zzz, and it'll either decide to murder me or not. Whereas, like, an actual wasp will be like, that's a vaguely large blob of infrared light. I'm gonna fucking screw with it for the next 30 blocks.
Red!
Ew, we're currently live, by the way. Or at least I should say, we're currently, like, on the getting ready to go live things. I sent out all the alerts. Yes, thank you. Hot mics. Good to have you, homie. I'm sorry. Love you, buddy.
It's okay. Sometimes when you eat a whole pizza, kind of those numbers on.
Mood.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's fucking fair, buddy. God damn. I'm not judging. Are you kidding me? The number of times I used to do that shit? 100%. I used to put a whole pizza away. And then I hit 30, and there was consequences.
You know, technically...
There's one slice left. I didn't mean to give myself stolen valor.
No, it's okay, homie. It's okay. No, you're good, homie. You're good. By the way, I appreciate you guys so much. I do want to let you know, because I had that crisis last night, and for those of you who don't know, and for those of you who are listening right now in chat, hello everyone, good to see you. Thought you were hearing voices. No, you weren't. It's me. Before we officially go live. Last night, my backup solid-state drive died, and with it, it killed like 2 years worth of work, including but not limited to the entirety of all my files from Mouseguard and Wild Skies of Etanria. So those are gone. I'm saving the drive in case we might get lucky, and maybe if I take it to like a computer repair place, they can recover the data. But I'm not holding my breath. Like, it seems like it's a pretty hard loss because the thing is acting like the drive is completely unformatted. So
There's a good chance you can recover it. It cost you a pretty penny. But I think they can recover it. Either way.
yeah.
Mouseguard lives rent-free in my head.
Yeah. No, I feel you, man. That's the agony of it the most. Say what?
We can ask Sean.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure we'll find out. Like, honestly, it's really more a matter of I need a backup drive because I have a 1 terabyte hard drive on my computer and not the 2 terabytes that I had on the backup. So I need to migrate stuff over there or else I can't keep it. But the reason I bring all this up is not to elicit, donations, though I will always say, as ever, thank you to my incredible patrons, Ampersand, who is in fact a player here. Thank you very much, homie. As well as also Atlas, Heinrich, you guys are great. And my tier 2 patrons, who are Necronomulus, and now a brand new subscriber, Souls Rolls, at tier 2. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
Hell yeah.
Hooray! If you want to support the channel and the work we do here, please subscribe, comment, like. But like actually subscribing on my Patreon or following me on Patreon is how you really do support me the most. That's where I'm like universally connected to everything. Why I bring all this up is because last night I was gonna have like new hard suit sheets for all of you and new like mech sheets for all of you, and then that happened, and I had to spend the last 3 hours of my night setting up a KOFI and setting up like the letting everyone know kind of thing, and it basically wasted the last of my night. So I got 2 of your character sheets updated. Louis, you're there. Harlan, you're there. Hard suit sheets will come next time. I'm sorry.
That's like the only two you need. We don't need any of these other people.
They're all spares.
Gaslit once again by the last Omnitect.
Son of a bitch. Well,
Some
with
Schwarzenegger shit.
well, my friends, with that, I think I can close my Discord so it's not taking up memory, and hell yeah, I can close all that too because I already got that saved. Awesome.
My cat's drinking out of my water cup. I thought, no wait, oh, are you gonna do it?
No, cheeky cattle.
Cute.
I wanted to show everybody what a villain you are.
Oh, hold on. Let's get the actual cams on. There we go. As they all flick on.
Cheeky kitty.
An adorable fuzzy kitty. Please. There we go. We got it. We got it. Huzzah. We got it. All right. So.
I have a begging dog. Begging for presents and things. Oh, you begging.
A sweet.
Look at that sidekick right there.
A sweet
Oh my
dog.
God.
A sweet dog. As I click away for a second. Hold on. And of course I need to reload everything. Come on. There we go. The dog has been seen by everyone. That is 2 times I've flipped out of sequence through my panels. So, hello everybody. I'm the last Omnitect, your favorite robot American. This is Unicorn Head Studios, my TTRPG YouTube channel. And welcome to the next episode of Legacy First Flight, our faster-than-light tale in the world of tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for all tuning in. And now, we're on the official page, and everyone's cameras are clicking on properly. Hello, everybody. Hello. All right.
Stay at the Y. Oh, I can't, dude. I'm too sore. I was gonna do it, but I'm too fucking sore.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
No,
okay.
No worries, homie. No worries. By the way, I gotta say, everyone's looking great today. Loving the fits from everyone. Red, you look really good with the glasses and the hat, by the way. Like, legitimately.
I feel like an old fucking man, but it's nice to have glasses and see things clearly.
Dude, mood, and I have a similar hat, just different different pattern on it, like way over there, because it looks good. It's
4
a good
out of
time.
6
If
people
you
are
were in
wearing
England, you'd be
glasses.
asking where is your whippet?
Yep.
It's a very Yorkshire hat to wear that. Black top.
This is my
Just for the
grandfather.
record, I'm not wearing
Nice.
glasses because they're not in my vicinity and I don't know where they're.
Yeah,
Go in
mine's
the kitchen, love.
literally like 15 feet that way, and I'm too busy, so I cannot be
Yeah,
bothered.
like,
Oh my God.
But,
Leave that on top of the wardrobe.
so everyone who's here, by the way, everyone who's in chat is an awesome person. All the links are below. Please follow them, love them, send them some like real affection out there. Subscribe to their stuff, like hit their YouTube channels, you know the deal.
Or don't, see if I care.
Slap that YouTube bell on the ass, whatever it is Jacksepticeye says. You guys know the drill.
You should just start saying, don't you dare touch it. No.
Don't touch it. No, how dare
Don't
you?
do
Like
it.
face
Don't do
kiss
it.
upon the like button.
So, now that we're here and we're all set in, we're all finally settled in together, let's go around and very quickly, like, everyone introduce your characters. One by one, we're going to go left to right from the view on the main page. So we're starting first with Red. Who are you? Who's your character?
No. Oh, okay. So, hello, I'm Red. I'm one of the 3 primary colors, and I have a very stretchy rat with me today as my companion. I'm playing.
Okay.
I got a little terrified there for a minute. I was like, is that a real red? And then I saw it stretching, and I'm like, and there's that moment where my brain did not process that as a toy.
This is me when I fucking get you.
Me when I fucking get you! I love that.
I'm playing Harlan. He is a soldier in Anazali that was sort of raised by humans, so he's out of bounds of his own Anazali heritage. And he thinks that he's a space cowboy, and I'll leave it at that.
Hell yeah. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. All right. Next, we're going to be going to Becky. Who are you? Speaking to the mic.
Well, I'm not really anywhere, so you shouldn't find me. If you see Bon Bon Butcher anywhere, it's because they're, basically stealing my identity.
Imposter.
Yeah, exactly. You could literally just be
Sauce.
like, false. I play Becky Booker, the engineer, who's a bit of an idealist, and next.
Hell yeah. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Louis. Paul, who are you?
So, I found my glasses. They're weirdly in the kitchen. Hi. Who knew they'd be there? I am playing Louis Vuitton. I'm a Silph. And the pilot/jockey of the team.
Hell yeah. Thank you very much. Next up, we have the incredible JJ. Who are you playing and, who are you?
Hi, I'm JJ. I like cinnamon buns. They're delicious.
Oh, yeah.
And today I'm going to be playing Amaya. Or Rita. I'm sorry, my brain is still loading up.
It's all right. More than most, you have a reason to be semi-conscious.
and she's the negotiator of the group. She does the deals. She does the talking. She does the awkward riz. There you go.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Thank you,
Oh,
JJ.
me, oh, my,
Much
oh.
love. And then finally, the incredible Lolly. Who are you? What do you play?
I'm Lolly. I play Zenith, the Anazali researcher who honestly just doesn't have time for anyone's shit. She's got plants to document, she's got books to read, she's got stuff to write down. She's a busy girl.
Hell yeah. All right. So, with that, I'm going to do a recap, and as a gift to everybody today, you are going to get you're all going to get a mode of legacy in addition to the full resets. You should all be at 3. For those of you who don't know, Legacy First Flight is an indie TTRPG of my own design. It is an exploding dice system with a luck dice mechanic and mulligans. So those mulligans are called motes, and I hand them out usually at the beginning of every session. So, let's start things off with a quick recap. So last session, our players had been consolidating their forces after having finally gotten themselves situated in their new sector of operations. As Voyagers, their task is to ensure that any ruin worlds and any potentially ancient things that might have been left unstirred for many millennia are found, categorized, and ensure they don't hurt anybody. Much like cavemen with a machine gun or, the demon core, you don't want civilizations to find ancient technology which can cause too much havoc. Likewise, they have a secondary objective given to them by their commander, Orin Selfanor Valen, to specifically look out for a fascist organization that's slowly been rising up, an authoritarian movement known as the Anazali Imperial. In this case, the Imperial Resurgent, a specific reimagining of an ancient authoritarian civilization. So, our players, having gotten themselves situated on their new base, introducing themselves, since Harlan, your first session was last time, or I should say your return session, your first session back, was last session.
Reunion.
Yeah, your reunion.
Excuse me.
Our players met each other and decided that they were going to look around the sector, see what they were going to do next, and they decided to reach out to a particular faction within the region, known as the Combinotions, who are basically an anarcho-communist, commune, spread across a number of stars. And recently, on one of their worlds, an entire planet went silent, and they'd like some help finding out what the hell happened. So, I believe at the end of our last session, Amaya learned a little bit of something else too, a little terrifying thing in the details of that message, and I think we'll pick up after that. So, we'll say the next day or two is you guys setting up your preparations for going out. You're going to be meeting the local Combinotion forces, the Corsairs, who are looking into this, around the world. The world's name is XHOL. That would be, in this case, just in case anyone's curious, XHOL. XHOL.
Thank you.
No worries.
I got my legal pad and all that.
Yeah, no worries.
No.
Here we go. And
I have a very, very important question.
a very, very important answer.
Do Anazali have teeth? If so, what do they look like?
They do, actually. So, Anazali teeth are varied a little bit because they've all been genetically modified from their original stock, and a lot of them carry...
Non-GMO.
Yeah, exactly. You're all like our corn. You last forever, and you're adapted to your environment.
Good damn.
So, some Anazali, it's more like a single plate that's vaguely like shaped like our teeth.
Like the Transformers
Ugh.
in Prime.
Yeah, almost like a beak.
Oh, I don't like
But
that.
for others, it's actually separate teeth, and they're very similar to us as hominids. The biggest difference is the Anazali jaw structure, and this is fun. You know those little, like, sort of plates you can see on the sides of your heads there? Those are actually connected to a separate jaw, which sort of sits on a hinge right above where your normal jaw sits.
Imagine TMJ.
Yeah, so basically, your jaw can actually expand outward on the sides as well. And some Anazali even have teeth on the inside of that. But again, varies. This is my way of saying if you want to draw an Anazali, you literally almost can't draw them non-canonical if you follow their vague anatomical
Wait.
structure.
I mean, I doodle.
I think I could.
That's fair. You're good, you're good. Humanoid teeth, that works. That's perfectly fine.
I wanted to draw him on, like, you know when you're playing like Wolfenstein or Doom and you select the hardest difficulty and it just like creepy smile. Like,
I love
I
it.
wanted to do that.
I'm down with it. I'm 100% down with it. I'm not gonna lie, my mind immediately went towards Doom with just the in the camera.
Yeah,
Just like a weird
you're
creepy
gonna die.
grin.
Difficulty.
Yeah. Alright, so, you guys are gonna be meeting up with Ettore and his crew in orbit over the planet. So, preparation-wise...
Do I
Yeah.
roll again for the engineering for the pendants?
What were these for again, just make sure?
They were basically home compasses for both Salah and Ettore.
Oh, yeah. If you wanted to work on that during this period, yes, you absolutely can.
Yeah, because that's basically been like every session where I was like, am I rolling yet?
I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish this off if you manage to succeed.
Okay.
So, what is everyone else doing since Becky is working on a gift for Ettore during
And
this time
Salah.
period? And Salah. Well, you're only meeting Ettore.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can you guys see my cat like really small in the background sitting in that cardboard box?
It's just
I
sitting there,
can't,
little-
but I'm.
I can see the head. I can see the head.
Okay, there we go. Yes.
Yeah, that's his head right at the end of my fingertip. I'm gonna pet him
Oh,
for
that's
everybody.
cute.
Yeah.
So what's everybody doing during this time? You have, like, it'll take, no matter where you're visiting, it takes 5 days to get anywhere in the galaxy. 2.5 days out from where you're going, instantaneous spacefold no matter the distance, 2.5 days to go in from that safe spacefold distance to where you're actually landing. So you have 5 days of prep time. What are you all up to?
I'm going to prep new weapons and investigate that, and add anything to BECKY that I think might need to be added.
Nice.
All right.
And make sure there's no like software updates that needs to happen, or any things that are going to be like, oh, your computer's going to restart in 3 minutes. Would you like to postpone? Like, no, I'm going to do it now.
In the middle of battle, you just see, hold, please, in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Even in the far future, Windows is still fucking me.
That is very fair. All right. So if that's the case, then...
Antivirus software has found one problem. Would you like to solve this? No, I didn't even sign up to this antivirus software. Go away. I don't know why you're there.
All right, so that's fair. So you can look into some requisitions and getting new gear. Let's get some music more befitting, because this music is sort of what I was vibing to before stream when I was doing art. By the way, I was doing a bunch of art before stream. You guys are currently in your ship, so that would be, I believe we're probably looking at like, yeah, we'll go with the, yeah, this should work. Hello? There we are. Hopefully this comes in good. Beautiful. So, we have Becky working on a gift. We have Louis looking into requisitions. What's everybody else doing?
We drawing straws?
First come, first serve, folks. Like, this is conversational here, so hit me up. We're not Critical Role. I don't have an editing team behind me pointing at each of you to go in sequence.
You were talking about a demon core. Can somebody get me a flathead screwdriver? I have an idea.
Oh my god.
God.
Harlan's
Wait.
gonna be mustering
There's a
forces.
person pointing at each player on Critical Role?
I presume that they have an editor behind the scenes or someone who helps with the broadcasting to, like, help with them in terms of, like, arranging it. Plus, we all see the edited versions half the time, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, directors, producers, probably, you know, they have to do things to make it flow pretty smoothly,
Yeah.
like actual, like, produced show.
I thought it was all live and unedited. Are you telling me they don't just do that naturally? Like, I've been
The
lied to
early
this whole
stuff,
time.
no, but
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. We revealed the elephant in the room. Sorry.
This is what peak performance really looks like, folks. Be disappointed. Also, what a sweet baby in front of the camera.
Lots of
Having
sweet.
fun? You having fun being annoying?
Ghetto!
it's like, pay attention to me.
So then, Red, you were
so-
saying you had something you wanted to mention. You were thinking about besides the demon core, I presume.
Yeah, let me get this. Go. Be gone. Go that way.
I
Why
like
are you
how-
beating me for?
I like how you and your cat managed to wear matching outfits there. That's really cute.
Yeah.
You know, I just match the vibe. I'm here for it. Dude, my arms hurt so fucking bad.
I'm so sorry,
Holy
homie.
Oh, okay. It's also my chest, so like, I was like, this isn't TMI, I promise. I was like buttoning my fly, and I was like, oh.
Oh god. Yeah, where you're just like,
Your
arms
entire upper
don't want to
body,
move.
just
Yeah.
protest.
It hurt. I was gonna muster some forces and start a training regiment.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
For sure. All right. So yeah, we could definitely start. You could definitely start setting that up for sure. You're part of the away team, so you'll be on the ship during this period.
Hey, you can still do virtual.
Yeah, you could do virtual. You can set that up as well as also.
Nah, dude, I am an in-person. I am shooting back down to the planet that I need to do.
If you do that, you will not be joining us for the rest of the adventure.
Damn it.
But
Alright.
you can train some of the shipboard Marines. There are a couple of like onboard Marines who are primary. It's like literally just like 8 guys because it's not a huge ship and it's relatively scarcely crewed. But
You ever seen that video about that like that American CQC specialist teaching like South Koreans, and he just does like and a power slap, and he like fucking slaps the shit out of these guys. Just, like,
I have not seen that. I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna go with the Deadliest Warrior Army Ranger clip with the guy with the incredibly small knife severing the head of a ballistics gel dummy with way too much enthusiasm.
no.
But yes, you absolutely can do like training with them if you'd like. I'm even willing to say I will let you take. I'm gonna roll a die for this. Can you pass me my little die? Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna roll a die here. See how many I'm letting you take. I'll let you take 7. 7 personnel from the planet to add to the ship's marine contingent, if you'd like, and I'll let you train those on the way. So that'll bring up your total defensive crew to 17, I believe. Is it? No, 16, 15. Be 15. So
Should I make a roll for this, or is it just an action I'm declaring?
this is an action you're declaring, but how successful your training is will be a roll. I would like you to. I would say whatever either combat or social skill you want to use, either one of those will work.
I'm gonna use combat might, and I'm tempted to use a regular warfare, but I don't think we need a bunch of like I think one psycho on the battlefield is probably
Yeah. They probably might not appreciate being put through boot camp.
That's
well, a
fine.
regular warfare might be like more guerrilla-based tactics rather than like militaristic things, and
Yeah.
he's very much a guerrilla fighter, so
You could use a regular warfare to train them if you want. It would be closer to what you're planning. And honestly, it's not like you guys have a form of military yet.
Yes. Ooh.
yeah.
You guys do have 2
might-
planetary bases, so that can change very fast.
Might will be a D8 plus I get a D6, correct? Just
Mhm.
for the hell of it. Okay, and
That's
I'm
your luck
gonna
die.
add. So I get 2 from regular warfare and 5 from combat. So 7. So the D8 plus D6 plus 7. 14.
Hell yeah. Okay, that's more than enough. I'd say, at very least for, like, during the duration of this trip while you're working on this, with a roll that good, that's pretty nice. You definitely are able to at least get a fair bit of training in with these guys. It's not like you have huge open spaces. Like, right now, right now you're currently on the Acheron, which is not a, it's not very big as far as, like, starships go. In fact, actually, it's positively tiny. It's not even a full kilometer in length. But it is enough to, like, get some basic training in. So, yeah, you can, like, do, like, breaching and, like, close quarters training, like, in this environment. Literally, it's, like, lock off half of a deck and just be like, hey, me and the guys are gonna be running around shooting each other with, like, laser pellets and stuff. Like, airsoft guns for the next couple of hours. Which, by the way...
I'm starting them on a purely martial arts, like, CQC. Like, the most that we're gonna use are, like, those, like, rubber knives.
Oh, I love that. Even better. Even better. That's so good.
I'm gonna brutalize these fools, make them feel bad. I need to break them down, and then I can build them back up.
Okay. So we got Harlan, who's training the crew at the moment.
Who wants to join in the training? I can train you guys.
Becky's at +5 combat now, so I don't know.
Karate chop.
Well, you're on my level then, but do you have a regular warfare +2?
I don't know, she has industrial equipment. Maybe she'll just take a wrench to you.
Oh my god.
Okay, enough with the... We're not here... I'm not here to have you guys start doing the pissing contest
Look,
between
we're-
characters.
1v1. 1v1. 1v1.
Zenith is intrigued by this training that Harlan's doing. Sort of like, okay, just seeing an Anazali, but not Anazali's style of combat.
Okay.
Anybody ever play Metal Gear?
Different.
He fights like
At the
Solid
same
Snake.
time,
He will
I have
literally
a
take you.
+4 to combat, apparently. I don't remember ever being in a fight.
I remember several times you were in a fight, but in fairness, it was in your Gundam, so it was in your mech. So, all right. So we have Zenith and Harlan, who are currently going to be training, or at least Zenith is me observing the training, if not participating.
maybe giving some advice, because like she's very old. She has, prior to her researcher days, been very heavily into the espionage side of things. So actually, is very good at the sneaky side of combat. Like if you're doing like the guerrilla warfare you mentioned, stuff like that.
Okay.
So
I'm the opposite of sneaky, so that might help.
you know, her combat is entirely sneak in only. Do not be noted.
Fair.
Oh, he is shock and awe, like 100%.
Soldier meet infiltrator, right?
Well, yeah, she's the one where you'll pan the security camera will go that way, and there's just guards. It'll go back, and it's like they're on the floor. When did that happen?
It's the Black Widow thing.
Yeah, it's Black Widow versus Red Guardian, where it's just like, I've got this! And then, you know, meanwhile, I love that. That works.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got 4 folks assigned, and as I turn over to Amaya, what are you up to during this 5-day journey?
So, the thing that we learned at the very end of last session was that we learned about the planet with rings and gold that's similar to the emblem of the Imperial, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
You noticed that as everyone was sort of filtering out on one of their, one of the static images that Attore sent as part of the briefing, and like, oh hey, that's an interesting symbol, and it looked very clearly like that.
Yeah. I think I'd actually like to split my time. I think I'd like to spend like 3 days, kind of, or I guess we have 5 days. So I guess I'd like to do like a 2 and 2.
Sure.
So I'd probably like to spend like, let's just say 3. I'll spend 3 days kind of researching more about that.
Okay.
And about the planet that we're going to. See what kind of information I can get about like what kind of planet it is, something about the inhabitants, blah blah blah, and then spend the other 2 days. I think I would like to spend the other 2 days with Harlan, and if Zenith is still there, with the doing the training, because I'm squishy.
You're tough though. Like if you go down, you can regenerate.
I do have lots of buffs, but I think Amaya has been doing a lot of studying, and it would be really like a lot of research and studying and things, and I think it would be good to kind of get her into some training.
Okay.
So that's how I'd like to split my 5 days. All
right. Well then, let's start off with I think the easiest one would be Louis. I'm just going to take a moment here. Paul, do you want this to be a scene, or do you want to do this above table?
A little bit of both. I noticed that on one of our loot pages that we have, there is something called a punching blade.
Yes. So, okay. So
yeah, if you actually look at the paper that Omni makes us, we get cool stuff.
Indeed.
It's like Christmas.
But with death.
Yeah, but I get to choose when to look at it. It's like the best Christmas ever.
So yes, a punching blade. So this is part of the huge reserve of shit you guys got actually from the planet. Remember when you guys were doing all that stuff and dealing with tech liches and things like that on that planet not too long ago? Okay, when you were on Verde, you got access to a store of rare weaponry from, in this case, this would be the Human Faction War of old. And the Human Faction War had a lot of crazy weaponry. This is probably one of the most terrifying types of weapons of that era, at least in melee. So, punching blades were designed, and they're replicated all across the galaxy by many different people, but for humanity, they were designed specifically to punch through hard suits and to punch through avatars and kill their pilots through their mech, which is very difficult to do. Basically, it's a pile driver that you wear on your arm. I don't think I need to say much more than that.
No, yeah, that'll do. That's exactly what I'm after. Yeah, that's fine. We only have one, sadly, don't we?
Yes, you can replicate more, but it will cost you money. So,
how much money?
I'm gonna say it'll depend on one, your capacity currently. Since you guys don't have an industrial forge module on your ship, it's not going to give you any discounts to assembling this stuff. So it would just be exactly as cost, 3,500 current.
Okay.
But you do own the license at this point to make more. So if you were to get a forge, you could probably print those at half price. So
cool. Yeah. Can I replicate another one then for 3,500?
You absolutely can. Yes.
I would like 2.
Hell yeah.
One more, so I have 2.
Okay. Hell yeah. Let's just put this over here. Okay.
Did Cogsworth finish doing his thing with the singing blade?
No one's asked, but I imagine that can come up if you guys are curious.
Hey, did Cogsworth finish that thing with the singing blade?
Yes.
I just thought that question off the top of my head. It's just weird that synced up. It just came to me.
So I'm gonna make a roll for Cogsworth, and I'll be completely real with you.
Yeah, hold on. What were the singing blades? I remember being really excited about it because did it just disintegrate someone?
Yeah, it's a frequency blade. It basically, every time you hit someone, it learns the frequency of the armor or whatever you're hitting, and then it'll slice through it without hitting what's behind it.
I wanted it to be turned into a gun, didn't I?
You did. So that's
remembering shit.
So Cogsworth rolled a 10 on his D10, so it exploded, and then immediately rolled a 1. So that gets him. That's still a critical. That's an 11 plus his engineering of 3 plus 2 for his aftermarket resources.
17, eh?
So
16.
Oh, okay.
So not bad.
I thought it was plus. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. So yeah, he has rolled enough to at very least. He has the actual schematic ready to go. He's actually sent it off to Tromsky to get it formalized so that it can be produced. But as far as but that's for the knife, not the gun. The knife, the gun you wanted. So, like I said, Cogsworth has kind of been looking into this. And more or less he presents you with this little, like, this schematic. This click walks in and sort of presents this very simple schematic, which is just a wire connected to a very long spool. It's still relatively shorter ranged, but it's basically within the range of a pistol, and that'll still have the sharp keyword. So,
Okay.
and unlike a lot of other weapons, the way this thing works is it fires past all the way out to its furthest range. If it hits a target, it'll then begin to sync with it. If it syncs with it, it literally has a little thruster at the end of its sort of pendulum, and it just slices through. So, kind of like spinning literally just a spinning pendulum, but in this case, at a distance. So,
Big fan.
yes. He's that's what he's currently working on. He's like, there's still a lot of work that's gotta be done with it. Kinda...
Is it testing my guy? Like, we could go right now. I can shoot some people. I don't mind.
No. Louis, we're in space. Okay?
Let's people in space.
Yes, and here's the problem. With a monomolecular weapon in space. That'll make us go into space. If that syncs with the hull, and it punches through it, that's a very fast way to depressurize the ship.
You know, I'm thinking maybe not.
That's what I thought. Just want to make
Yeah.
sure. You're the
You know
boss.
what? We're in sync, buddy. Like, yeah, we're brains.
Yeah, for sure. I'll keep working on it. At the moment, I'm seeing about other options, possibly a rail system for it. I'll work on it. Maybe we can even get this thing to like a long-range projector system. I'm still figuring out how it's going to work out mechanically, but it's got some promise. If you really want to kill one person...
I do really want to kill one person. Haven't decided on the person yet, but when I meet them, I want to be prepared.
Alright.
Okay.
By the way...
I've also changed my mind about a second drill gun, because I do feel like having two of those, while it would look badass, would probably hamper me doing anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially since they're portable too, which means they need two hands to swing, because, like...
I don't have enough hands.
Yeah, normally this thing would be mounted on a mech's arm, so you don't have a hard suit.
Okay, we could just do that if we have BECKY. We could just do that.
You would just have to choose which hard point you remove.
Ah,
'Cause
yeah.
you have-
BECKY doesn't have more arms.
Yeah.
What are the two that I've got? One is a sword blade thing, isn't it?
Yeah, right now, Meki has a, so let's open her up.
I can't find my sheet on BECKY on Roll20. I don't know where it is.
That's because it's the last page of your character sheet now. And updated.
Someone snuck that in there. Sneaky boy.
So Meki is currently with her current final stat line, including your updated armor, which now puts her at armor 14, which makes her a beefcake. So she's pretty sturdy.
Sexy little. Look at that, 3 legs.
So right now you have 3 weapon systems currently on Meki. One,
Right.
your proximity countermeasure array, which is basically the strapping a claymore with duct tape to your mech's chest. It works pretty well.
Yep.
You have a laser cannon, and you have your chain lash. So, yeah.
We could probably get rid of the chain lash. It's not doing too much at the minute.
Okay. So you want to get rid of the chain lash? I also
want
want to let
to.
you know, there's one other thing about the Kerr you should be aware of. Unlike other melee weapons, it actually has ammo.
The pile driver thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
It
that.
isn't like a punch in and retract thing. It punches in and it leaves the rail inside of somebody. Think of it as closer to like a hot rivet gun, but much worse.
Yeah, that's fine. It's 10 ammo. Like, I don't want to kill that many people instantly. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
We can
that's
replace
fair.
the train gun. Yeah.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then you're gonna need to record that on your sheet. I'll fix this after stream.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really can't wait to get you guys like just an actual sheet, an actual record sheet for your mechs and your hard suits, so I don't have to do that constantly. Okay. So that's you. Since Louis is currently working on that, does anyone else have anything they're looking through on the loot pool they want to swap out? Also, right now, I'm going to gently remove the claimed by Klaxon marker on the Colossus Collider Gauntlet. We will presume that Klaxon was kind enough to purchase a replacement for it. So, it's now.
I like how you just said you're going to gently remove it, as if as an alternative of aggressively removing it.
Just deleted.
Yes, I'm not like scratching it out. We all love Klaxon here, and we love you, KO. I hope you're doing good, buddy. So if anyone else has anything else they were interested in purchasing, whether that be the rewards you guys got, like for the Verde Apprentice contract, or at the bottom, there is now the new regional market variants for all your gear, or for some gear. So at the moment, there are 2 weapons that are currently available to you all. I'm going to put that link here in the chat for you guys. At the very bottom, there are 2 regional weapons, the Kamino Refit Argos Marksman Rifle and the Kamino Refit Submachine Gun. So basically both of them have higher penetration and are easier to stow away. Great weapons for people who are guerrilla fighters who like dealing with heavily armored occupiers and want to sneak their weapons around. So
Yeah, I wonder if, yeah.
So feel free to shoot me a message and let me know, like either in-game or put it in the chat if you're going to buy
Alright, you
anything.
motherfucker, you already know what I want.
I know.
What chat did you just put that in on me?
That was in the Roll20.
Oh, right.
Yeah. You're
Oh,
good.
That is the only chat I didn't check.
Okay. So, you guys feel free to look through that. Let me know if there's anything you're interested in. Likewise, also, Red, I figure I will mention one that you might actually really be interested in if you haven't seen it. I would take a look at the Meteor hand cannon that's in the Forge Tender holdings. You don't even have to buy that. That's free right now. There's like 1 in your inventory. Just take a look at it. Yeah, for someone who likes
Fork
a big
it over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a walking arsenal. I am a sci-fi man-at-arms.
Oh, God. I appreciate anybody with a good He-Man reference there. So...
That's a historical reference, you fucking nerd.
It's both! It can be both, obviously. So...
Yeah.
With that...
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
I would love the Collider Gauntlet if somebody else doesn't take it.
Are you going to use the Collider Gauntlet?
I mean, that sounds like fun.
Squeeze me. I punch things.
It's very...
Choose
it is very lethal. I do want to mention...
I have a regular one.
Yeah, I do want to mention, that is very lethal.
I mean, I have a feeling if an entire colony has been disappeared, we're gonna run into something that needs to be deleted.
Okay. Well, I'll let you guys sort this out. Literally put it in the Roll20 chat. First come, first serve what you want.
I'm okay with taking what's left. It's okay. You can be the main heavies.
Okay.
Instead of the hand cannon, I would like the gauntlet because I get close and punch very hard. And then you can have the Space Eagle.
Space Eagle?
The Spiegel, if you will. The Spike Spiegel. God damn it, how did I get around to that? It's always Cowboy Bebop with my stupid ass.
Oh, the Eagle Eye Storm Rifle is what Red's talking about.
Oh, okay, because I was looking in the melee still. I was like, what?
So, we're going to move from Louis, who's currently going through this. I'm just going to put a little mark there so I know that, like, you've done your bit. Boop. Okay. So Louis has handled that. Next up...
Sure, I'll take the Eagle.
Okay. Make sure, again, write this down in the Roll20 chat, whatever you're taking, so I know, because there's only so many that are in there right now. Next, I'm going to turn over to, specifically, Amaya, since we'll start off with your research. So you wanted to do... you have 3 days of research and then 2 days of training that you were going to be doing, right? Okay. So,
Yes.
I'm going to let you choose. Each day is going to be a single roll of research. So I'll let you choose a topic every single day. You can repeat the same topic to learn more, or you can choose a new topic. Your choice. So, what is your topic of focus, and, namely a focus, a singular focus, for your first day?
So the first day, I think I want to do the planet. So I just want to know, what is the planet that we're going to? And like, what is it like as far as terrain and inhabitants?
Okay. Absolutely. All right. Make me your... Louis over here. I got it all. Make me your research roll. What other mods did you want to add to that? Because it's your research discipline plus any other like, in this case, this would be like proficiencies?
I think public investigation and I guess political affairs.
I think both of those are fair. I would say I'd say public investigation. You're trying to learn about the planet's terrain as well as also like the political terrain, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you add both. I'll let you add both for this. And don't forget your luck die. Always that luck die in there.
Okay, so that's research. Damn you, Louis.
Guys, I gotta tell you, one day I might actually put the Roll20 chat as a window up here for you guys to see, because it is wild
so
sometimes.
Funny.
It gets crazy.
Okay, so that would be a D10 plus 3. D10 plus 3. And then my luck. Ooh, okay. It's a 7.
Okay. Alright. So that gets you some base level knowledge, like right off the rip. So let's talk a little bit about this planet and where we're going to visit. So first off, the world you're going to visit is known as XHOL. Technically, the name of it, as I put there, is Zaitlin. Zaitlin 41-2, but it was renamed by the colonists as XHOL. So, namely, it is from a colony. It is from the system. Let me just make sure I got this right. There we go. There we go. So, it's from the star system known as Zaitlin 7. The star is a G-type main sequence star, so basically a star like ours. Nice golden sun for the most part. Mid-range age, pretty comfortable. 4 planets in the system and 3 asteroid belts. 2 of those planets are gas giants, and the rest are terrestrial. And this is the only habitable one in the entire system. The rest of them are firmly either too close to their star or too far out to be meaningfully inhabitable. And if they are to be terraformed, it would take a lot of effort. So they haven't been. XHOL, on the other hand, is actually very well terraformed. Unlike a lot of other worlds, this one has been terraformed in the past. The very, very distant past. So, XHOL is what would be known as a sanctuary world, by definition. Way, way back in the day, when the Anazali used to terraform worlds, this world was terraformed, back during the Imperial era. Possibly even older than that. It's hard to tell, a lot of those records are lost, but it's presumed it was either the Imperial, or some ancient civilization before them. But it's more or less, when it was settled, took almost like no tweaking to make it inhabitable. Like just a couple of modifications to the biosphere and it was good to go. As far as the actual planet's terrain, it is a temperate world, like ours, so it has different climates, but most of the people have been settling around the more habitable band in the center of the planet, where most of it is actually sort of floodplain. Floodplain and flood forests, also known as fens, very commonly along this region. Very swampy, very humid. It's warm, but not like disgustingly hot. So less Florida, more like parts of North and South Carolina.
Okay.
So temperatures range on average from like usually 65 Fahrenheit to about like 75 Fahrenheit, which going from, let me just make sure I got this. So
Celsius calculator.
Yeah, exactly. Doing it so that I can take it out of freedom units, that's going to be 23.8 degrees Celsius on the high end, and 15.5 degrees Celsius on the cool end, for most people who are not in America and have to deal with that shit. So, XHOL was terraformed before the collapse of the Imperial, and it still is pretty stable. It has no moons to speak of, so it is tidally locked with its star pretty well. And likewise also, the colony last check had an estimated population of roughly about 1 million settlers scattered across 20 settlements all over the planet. Now this is an important detail. You want to know about the politics of the world? It's Desprandi. So as a Desprandi star, or in this case a Desprandi settlement, they're basically isolationist. Very much so. They're not a big fan of external involvement. And so, as a result, and here, for those of you guys who are curious, red, that's for you guys. So you guys can actually read up a little bit. So, Common Ocean Desprandi. The reason why they have an estimated population is because, unlike a lot of the other Common Ocean communes, these guys don't give updated population records to Communo. In fact, they're very standoffish. From what you can tell, they're extremely isolationist, even by the standards of Desprandi. They don't allow other Common Oceans to land on their planet, save for one settlement. And that settlement is known as Recalore. It is a relatively small settlement. Only a couple thousand people live there. It's barely anything at all, but anyone who wants to deal with them has to go there. It's small, hidden in a fenland, overwhelmed with forest around it. It isn't a floodplain, but it's basically built so that it's a little off the ground, so when the waters come through, they don't really bother the structure for the most part. And the people who live there, mostly in a farming community. Last you saw, anyway. Foodstuffs include, but are not limited to, taro root, various grains, and a number of berries, of which many of them are like cranberries, so they actually grow in floodplains, and wild rices. So they kind of act like a breadbasket for a lot of the folks within the region. As far as the actual settlement's leader goes, the name is Edu Merkans, a 51-year-old masculine Silph. That's as much as you know right now, given your role.
You do what? I'm sorry.
I'll put the name inside the chat.
Thank you.
You do, you do, I do.
We all do.
I'm guessing that's going to be important.
So there we go. But yes, the exact numbers of this population are unknown to the Common Oceans, so they get a ballpark estimate of 1 million. For the record, this is a very low population count for this planet. This planet is rated at its last assessment by the Frontier Corporation that it could support, and I just want to make sure I got this right, 4 billion, theoretically. 4 billion humanoids before you would deal with planetary collapse. And right now there's 1 million people squatting on this planet. So, very empty. Alright. So, what's your next day's research?
I think my next day's research would go ahead and be about the symbol that was found.
Okay.
The symbol.
So, if that's the case then, same roll. It should work.
What are with these booty rolls? Oh, wait, that
Oh,
exploded.
there we go. That's a D6. It exploded again.
Another one.
That's 2 explosions.
Hey.
Good God.
Okay, so I'm gonna take that.
17
what's
plus
that?
3, that's a 20.
Nice.
Yep,
30,
yep.
20.
Mhm.
A 20 critical. That's good shit. That's really good.
I'll
Alright.
take that for this topic. Yes, yeah.
Alright. So, this is a fun little bit of knowledge for you, as you manage to dig through it. So, what you're looking at in particular, you are very certain that that symbol is absolutely one of the, in this case, if I can actually find the damn thing. It's all buried. Like, I'm very annoyed by how deeply buried this shit got very quickly. My god.
Hold on, I got cat aggro.
There we go. Okay. Alright, so. The symbol we're talking about here is this particular glowing symbol at the bottom left-hand corner of this image. That's the symbol that you see sort of scratched into the side of this. It's literally been like scratched in, and then someone's painted it with yellow, and then sort of wiped over it. So it leaves this sort of etching inside of it. It's very clearly done by hand and very fast, from what you can tell. So it's a local thing. This wasn't like printed on or done like formally. It was very much kind of like a behind someone's back kind of a deal. Graffiti, basically.
Yeah.
The symbol, actually, as an Anazali symbol, is the symbol for control, technically. The exact meaning of the rune actually comes closer to the phrase, or like, to the concept not of purely control, but rather of order, would be the proper term of it. So, to control a chaotic system with, in this case, willpower, and the implication being grace. That's why the symbol was chosen for the old Imperial. But this has been modified. That was the original symbol, where it just has the bar over that, like, circular bit in the middle. The two lines at the top are new. Because that's actually also the symbol for sunrise and sunset. Literally, they don't make a distinction between the two. It's just whichever time of day it is, so they use the same rune. So, this could mean either control control of I guess the proper way to describe it would be control of the past, or control approaching, would be the other way to describe it. So this is a very old Anazali rune, and it's also been highly stylized. It doesn't really match the old language at all. Kind of in the same way, like if you've ever seen like those old school communist style posters coming out of the Soviet Union where they really block the fuck out of the letters. That's kind of what they've done here. They've super stylized this well beyond the original script. It doesn't show up very often. And in fact, actually, the only way you're able to find a reference for this was by going and consulting, like, an old Anazali language, like, file. Like, really ancient, like, the basic teaching stuff that they gave you when you were going through your negotiation stuff. This rune is not written very often. For the exact same reason that the swastika is not written very often.
Yee.
Yeah, it's that. It's that level of yikes.
I mean, they were authoritarian dictators, like...
Yeah, they were. This symbol was flown by an empire that committed multiple instances of genocide.
Right.
So,
Right.
I'm not censoring that word, by the way. This channel's already not monetized. Why do I care? So.
The big G.
Also, in case this wasn't clear to all of you folks who are watching, we do discuss some sensitive topics on this server and on this channel.
I mean,
so,
also, our games have to have stakes, so...
They do. I promise to handle them with some degree of grace. So, there we go. That's what you learn about this. Right now, the only other time you've seen this symbol, besides your notes, is etched on your the armor of the guys you killed. So, it's pretty clear connection that is Imperial, for sure. Like, you rolled a critical, so I will tell you, you are certain of it.
Okay.
All right.
Is there any way to tell how recently that symbol was, like, imprinted in there or, like, scratched into it? Or no?
Given you rolled so high, I'll say you did. It's like a lot of the buildings of like the settlement of Recalore are old, very, very old, and you're certain this image is from Recalore because it's the only place where cameras are allowed from outside, more or less. So if this is out there,
right.
It's from that settlement. A lot of the buildings are very old and very worn. They've been used repeatedly over the course of over a century. And so, this is new. This is definitely new. How new? Given your role, it's not like you're there in person. If you were able to actually be there, you could, like, get a better look at it, see, like, the condition of the metal, how faded the paint is. It's kind of like just a quick picture. But, given what you've seen, it couldn't be older than a year old.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. One final day of research.
Okay. So, we're going over there because they basically went dark. Is that, like...
Yep.
Yeah, the whole planet went silent. Not a single
Okay.
transmission for weeks.
Weeks. Okay. I'm trying to investigate. I want to investigate that situation particularly. Maybe I'm trying to be specific. Can I? Okay, so I want to investigate how often the planet was in communication, like before it went dark, and then if they had kept any logs of like who was coming in and out of the planet, like before, like right before they went dark. I guess. Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to find out anything about their logs. Again, the Desperandi are very aggressive about keeping people out of their shit, and that includes their records. The Combinations, any records they have are on their end, looking in.
Okay.
But the Combinations do keep records of these kind of things, at least in passing. Not like formally codified, but kind of just traffic. So you absolutely could. If that's the case, then for this one, I'm gonna want your choice. You could do research again. Be aware it'd be at a large penalty. You could do engineering. That'd be a less penalty. Or you could do hacking. That'd get you your best result.
I have neither hacking nor engineering skills. So...
Okay.
Did you want assistance?
Could any of us help?
It's up to you. You could.
I would.
You have a whole day.
I would love that. I would love.
I could. I'm super good at hacking.
Yeah.
I'm good at hacking too. I think you guys are talking about computers in this case, however.
Yeah.
My image just went to like Harlan. I'm really good at hacking too. Meanwhile, cuts to him chopping the shit out of a block of meat with an axe. All right, so
this is how it's done on the home world.
All right, so I'm gonna let you choose, JJ. Who are you going to select for your assistance? I'll let you take 2 people to assist, but if you do, you're taking them away for whatever task they're doing for that day.
Oh.
It's fine. I'm only making pendants. I can help. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say, yeah, like, Xena's kind of just helping out a bit with some of the training stuff.
I'm not available for help.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Louis. Thank
In
you.
case I was fit. I didn't want to...
Are you doing something that requires a combat specialist?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to training.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll take Becky and Zenith to help.
Okay. So, again, we're doing a compound assistance roll. The way assisting rolls work in this is you choose who's going first. They're the lead.
Mm-hmm.
You choose the next person who's assisting. They roll half. Or basically, they roll whatever they would normally roll, then have whatever they have and add it to yours. The last person, they divide it by 3. And they keep going, keep going. So basically, you divide it by the number of people ahead of you, more or less. Whatever number in the line you are to assist. And you can't be on 4 people get extra assistance. Anything beyond that, I'm just gonna be like, why the hell are you doing this? So, who's gonna be going as lead? I'm assuming you're lead. I'm presuming.
Can I have somebody else go lead?
Yeah,
or
absolutely. If you want to nominate that.
Yeah, I guess it depends on who has the highest die, right? Like.
Yeah, I would like Zenith to go first, Becky to go second, and then I will go last.
Okay.
Since their roles help out more than mine. So,
okay. That's fair.
put them first.
So, Zenith, Becky, and then Amaya. So let's start with Zenith first. Zenith, roll it out.
Okie dokie. So I'm looking at my hacking one, yeah?
Correct. You can use your hacking module on this, by the way. In fact, actually, you're on the ship. Hold on. So, if we go to your player base, last I recall, you guys actually had a hacking module on the starship. In fact, you had 2. 2 electronic warfare suites. You could sync the ship's warfare suites with your wrist link, and you could use that as a hacking mod. Yeah. So that would mean you would have, as opposed to your normal hacking module, this would be a hacking module with a firmware of 2d6 instead. So.
Okay.
And also you're hacking on a starship level, So, considering you're hacking, in this case, this would be planetary records. Yeah, you would be rolling 1-to-1. Normally, I would have halved it because you're trying to hack a planet's defensive grid, basically, their electronics. So you're in a thing that's roughly the same size as the thing you're hacking. So it's 1-to-1.
Okay, so just check then, because my brains don't exist.
You're good.
So for rolling it, the 2d6 that I'm getting from the hacking module, where do I factor that in? Is that
It's
instead
a
of my
flat
own...
bonus. It's an equipment bonus on top of your roll. So you have your normal attribute roll and your luck die, and then you would add 2d6 to whatever of the 2 dice you choose.
Alrighty, let's see then. So I've got that and... Oh, fucking hell.
And don't forget you have proficiency as well, so...
Yep, I'm going to take the luck die, because my d12 decided a 1 was a great choice for me. So...
Okay.
Hang on. Got the 5.
Alright, so
hold
you
that.
5 plus whatever your hacking is.
So, open the right page, you fool. So my hacking is 5 to that.
So that's a 10 total, right out the rip.
How many of my proficiencies can I argue with you?
Any of them. As
Because
long as
I've
you're
got
convincing.
knowledge of... Well, I've got the knowledge of Anazali Imperial, I've got 2 in espionage, and I've got my academics.
Yeah, all of them are very, they're super applicable to this shit. So yes,
So
absolutely.
that's plus 4 with that as well.
So you were up
And
to
then it's the
14.
bonus from the hacking module.
Yep. So now I just gotta
So
roll the
another
2d6.
2d6s. That's a 4, and of course that's another 8 on top of that.
Okay. So that's...
I'm good at
Yay!
hacking!
You are. So that's 22, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
I wish to be inside your computer system now, guys. Thank you.
Alright, so that's 22. Becky, you're next.
Alright, engineering.
Yep. Oh, that exploded. That's an 11.
I can still use my Child of Tomorrow trait, right?
Absolutely you can.
Okay, I'm using my one of my 17s for that initial roll, because 6 and a 5 doesn't quite, it's not as nice.
Okay.
So 17, and you take the higher one?
So, okay, so here's how this works. It replaces your whole roll.
No, I meant when I'm adding half to her roll, it's the higher, because 17 is uneven.
Yes, you round up.
Okay, so it's a 6.
Okay, so that's a 6. Alright, cool. So that is 22 plus 6, so we're at 28.
If she's 17 and halving it, it's more than 6.
You're right, it is. 17 and having it, that's 9.
Oh, yeah, because 18.
Yeah, thank
I went
you.
the other way. Doi.
There you go. You're good. So that's going to be 31.
You were still wrong, just so you know.
Yeah,
It's still
I know.
never 6.
Like, I literally skipped
It's not
numbers.
6 unless you just ignore a bunch of numbers.
Yeah.
I will take you guys at face value. Don't lowball your numbers. I will assume you're right.
You know what? Credit. Your original number halved would have been 6. So 6 plus 5 is 11. Halved rounded up is 6. So maybe that's what you were
I
thinking.
was staring at it, so you know.
There you go. So we're at 31. Amaya, you have your roll.
Yep. So mine is gonna be that, and then my luck die, which explodes.
The luck die explodes.
Nice.
That's 9.
Okay, so 9 plus 2, so 11.
11, and then you divide that by 3, so rounding
Oh.
up, that's 4. So that puts us at a total of 35 after everything is said and done.
Nice.
That's
Yay!
pretty damn good. Okay. So, JJ, one more time, ask me your question. What was it you were rolling for?
Okay, so I was rolling to try to figure out okay, so I asked 2 things. I said who's coming in and out, and then how often were they corresponding, checking in, so you kind of have a time frame of like, or just kind of seeing what, you know, how often they were reporting, etc., etc.
Okay. So, this sort of data is sort of tough to get at, because in order to access this, you guys literally have to go and basically find a server and
we're just
measure
gonna do it on the
traffic.
fly.
Yeah, exactly. You have to measure traffic from back and forth. It's literally just like the internet. You're measuring literally prism volume, like the amount of data that's flowing through the prism, which is the galactic internet, more or less.
Prison volume?
Prism.
Prison!
With an M. No prism, no Harlan, no.
Prism.
I would like to make it a regular warfare.
Yikes. So you guys do manage to find one, like, nearby. There's actually a number of, like, satellites on the way in and out, this is how this sort of thing is broadcast. And you're able to tap into it using the ship's electronic warfare suites. In doing so, you're able to measure the traffic in and out and intercept a fair bit of it. So you learn a couple of things. First off, as far as the volume of traffic from this world and off in terms of, like, actual data flow, pretty regular. Just because the Desperandi don't want people there doesn't mean they don't also still use, like, the internet and broadcasting and all sorts of things. They still enjoy a good, like, holovid. They still enjoy good movies and television, that kind of stuff. Like, they consume media and they share data with each other across the world all the time. And that does necessitate prism access. I'm gonna head to looking at red now. I'm worried about my giant lips lisping me. But as far as the world goes, for, like, its number of people on there, a pretty steady flow for about 1 million. So, roughly the equivalent of, like, cell phone usage for a similar sized city across the whole planet. Pretty regularly, too. While not as many, like, broadcasts out for communication, lots of internal communication and data sharing. That was until about 2.5 weeks ago now. Then, nothing. Completely nothing. The whole planet hasn't used the prism once in that time. Not a single message, not a single broadcast. It goes from, I'd say, probably several yottabytes of data over the course of a few weeks to, like, 0. Which is insane. Now, more so, it's actually acting like it's not receiving anything at all. That includes things like telemetry. So, like, the planet would have, like, GPS and its equivalent on there. They'd also have, like, planetary ranging satellites and stuff like that to study the planet's weather. None of that is coming through. It's like the whole planet's gone, as far as the prism and the data flow is concerned.
Put me in, coach.
Right.
So that's that.
Sounded hella sus.
Yes. 2, the people that come in and out of there. They receive very few visits. Roughly about a total of, like, 5 ships a day. And by ships, I mean, like, landers. Like the kind you guys go up and down in Nepal drives. Barely bigger than, like, a school bus. And most of them are just transferring items on and off world to be sold in very small volumes. Like, likely small local enterprises that are just sort of getting by. There has been no landings since the telemetry went out. In order to approach a planet, you need to be able to talk to it. You need to be able to land there. Ask anyone who's involved in air traffic control how many planes would land at an airport without air traffic control.
Right.
Fucking none. No one's that
I've seen
crazy.
Breaking Bad. I know how it goes.
Yeah.
Just wing it.
Yeah.
Wing it.
I'm just gonna eyeball it. Yeah.
Where do you think the saying came from? There's fucking wings on it.
But no, no one has landed on this planet since. And people have attempted, and they've even gotten to upper atmosphere. No communications whatsoever. And they turn back around. And here's the terrifying thing. Desperandi colonies often have planetary defenses on them. And they're often automated. That's why they turned around. The shuttle that went down to try to land couldn't get clearance because it couldn't connect. And basically the autocannons started shooting at it. And rather than take the risk, they fucking bailed.
We're about to crash land into a planet.
I really hope that whoever's piloting and in charge of flying this thing is
Says the
good.
pilot.
Says the pilot. It's giving. This is my first day flying.
We are doomed.
Do you guys mind if I listen to music while I fly? How do
Absolutely.
you fly?
Put the soundtrack on, Chief.
I think you could use a little bit of relaxing music. Puts in death metal. Like,
I'm
guys should see
listening
the
to this old
playlist.
human music, and it's just fucking corn. It's
exactly. I could use a little bit of classical slaps in Skrillex. So
Oh God, fucking gag me with it.
No.
Britney Spears'
No.
"Toxic" plays over
Like,
the
no.
speakers.
Yeah, just play Justin Bieber. We'll be fine.
So
Ebor.
that's your research you guys all are able to find. This planet has gone completely silent. It used to have, for a Desperandi colony, intermittent traffic as far as like landers go, and pretty like steady prism usage. And now nothing. Completely dark.
Okay.
And that's the
I
weekends
have-
of research.
I got a lot. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Cheers. All right. So that's Amaya. And now we have finally Harlan and Zenith off doing their thing. And Becky, what was your role, by the way? Since
All the way at 2:08 p.m. 19. I kept
Nice.
track of it.
I appreciate you. I had a feeling you were going to hold on to that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's enough to finish it. You're good.
Nice.
So you were at least able to finish. You're definitely at least able to finish the one you're going to get to a Torre.
Yay!
So. All right. So.
What T about Dungeonators put in chat is very funny.
Classical music by the universe's first astronaut, Katy Perry.
Oh fucking
Yes.
God damn it!
damn
I don't
it.
want to live in this reality anymore. I'm hanging out.
Agony.
Ew.
Why
No.
private space flight? Why? Of all things. We didn't even fucking build hotels in orbit yet. What's there to go up there to do? Anyway, I'm not going to get into my rant. I have a whole rant about SpaceX. I don't want to get
Look
into
around and
it.
look at your
Yeah.
camera.
Leave
Just
them up
float a
there
little.
next time.
There
I'm
you
back.
go. No kings and fuck the assholes who run with them, including that clown. And I say this as a person who loves science fiction and loves space flight. Please, for the love of God, please. Anyway, so Harlan, Zenith, and Amaya, you guys are able to do some training. Red, you wanted to lead some training for these troops. I'll let you make your combat roll. Does anyone want to support, or are you going to let anybody support?
I mean, I did roll a 14 on my first roll. Is this just continuation of training?
This is a continuation of training. I want at
Excellent.
least one more. Since everyone else decided to join in as well.
Yeah. What's
All
my
right. You guys can assist, but you're going to be my victim for today.
Oh,
Sorry,
no.
not victim. Example.
Harlan,
Class guinea pig.
we can go one on one. You could show people moves and stuff.
Harlan would like slowly turn his head and look over at you. How tall? How tall is Louis?
It's hard to say because I always forget.
Louis, you will be, as a Sylvan male of your age,
I'm
about,
technically 9'7",
yeah.
but I'm at a slouch.
But you're not a slouch.
Slouch.
You're on all fours. You're a fucking quadruped. So
Yeah.
it's more like you're 4.5 feet at the
If
shoulder.
I bounce on
4
my
feet.
tail like a kangaroo, I'm 9'7".
Yeah.
I haven't gained that skill yet, but if I did,
If you were to
Watch out.
stand upright right now on your feet, you'd probably be like 5'8", I'd say 5'8", 5'7". But
To
from the
achieve-
shoulder, you're like 4'7".
To achieve eye contact, am I looking up and or down?
Oh, down, 100% down.
Down. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Harlan slowly pans and looks over. Normally, people don't volunteer for this kind of thing.
I know, but like some people like to see people fight, and like there's a masculinity thing, and like alpha.
He means he feels like he's missing out.
Well, no, like just And I gotta learn, and I've been practicing. I have. Yeah. But shadow boxing. Shadow's not ready.
You get that shadow.
Okay, well, we're not boxing. This is mixed martial arts.
Yeah. Well, I will try. Maybe I learn, or maybe I win, or learn.
All right, step up. He like dusts his hands and he just like steps back. He's wearing like high-waisted pants and they're kind of like cinched off, and he's otherwise just like in his form. He's barefoot and he doesn't have any sort of coverings on his torso.
I'm assuming you take some form of fighting stance.
Oh yeah, just like it's a really loose stance. However, like
as someone who is on all fours, I try and copy that stance. Realize that's not gonna work. My account of I'm on all fours, and I kind of look like I'm about to, like a dog when they're about to play. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. I'm ready. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm ready.
surprisingly, he like adjusts a little bit and gets like a little bit lower to the ground. But he's you can tell on his face, he's like, I can figure this out.
Non-lethal, right? The non-lethal fight, yeah?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, okay. I mean, one of his yells monkey, I read online, that's where I've been doing a lot of my practicing. If we yell monkey or uncle, we have to stop.
You could just tap the floor.
I have a lot of ways to do that. Okay.
There's like a nice rubberized mat on the floor over here. Like, you guys are probably meeting in like, I'd be willing to say like the, probably in like the cargo bay where your ship is. There's like a couple flat surfaces, and they've laid out like a mat. Like, it's nothing crazy, but like, it's enough.
Okay, do you want to do opposing rolls?
I think so,
Is that
yes.
what we're doing?
If this is what's gonna happen, I want to see some combat rolls.
I will let Red go first. Not strictly on what the number is, but what he's adding to it. Mostly because I want to play dirty, both in character and out of character.
I'm gonna do one better. I want initiative then. If folks are gonna try to take advantage of each other in that way, I want initiative. So choose whatever skill you want, whatever discipline you would like to make this roll. That's what initiative was gonna be. So
Combat.
Either awareness, in this case combat for Red. What about you, Louis? What are you using?
I'm going to use intellect.
Oh, so not even a...
Is intellect.
Oh, that's true.
My hand is mightier than before, of
I'm
course.
bringing my brain into this. Bringing
fair.
my high combat is because it is more like chess. Oh,
Oh, that's fair. So you're rolling a combat roll for your initiative, is what I'm getting at, as opposed to awareness, which is what the baseline is.
Yeah, I'm not doing
I
that.
kind of love that combat can be different disciplines.
Yeah. Well, in this
How
case,
do I have
initiative.
2 sets of dice in here and not a single d6? Oh, I do have 2 sets.
So my initiative would be D8 plus 5.
Correct.
Do I add a D6 to initiative, or is that just...
It is an attribute roll, so it is a luck die. You do get to choose which of the two you use. Yes.
Okay. In that case, I'll just...
Bear with me, all my dice are weird shapes.
You're good. Basically, the only time, for those of you who are following in chat, the only time you would not roll a luck die is when it's not tied to an attribute roll. So like purely a ranged attack weapon that doesn't use your attributes, or like a table or something. Otherwise, it's almost always it's almost always attributes.
Can I use a Motive Legacy on initiative?
Sure. It is an
I
attribute
just
roll.
rolled a double 1.
Yes, you can if you like.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have 2 left.
If we're gonna play like that, I'll lean into it.
And don't forget, Red, you
I
also
got-
have your luck die too, so you can choose which of the two you use. Because you only rolled the d8.
Yeah, I'll roll a D6, see if it gets any higher. Hey, I'll go with an 11. Thanks.
There you go. Oh, it goes even further. It explodes. It's an exploding dice
I'm
system.
exploding all over the
Yeah.
place.
So that's a critical.
Well, I'll let you go first this time.
Oh, thank you, the courtesy.
All right, so that's a 12, and what did you roll, Louis?
A 10.
Okay, there you go.
Close.
Very close.
I know, I was very annoyed when his 6 exploded. Like, no, I could have done so well.
All right, Red. Since it's your initiative, I'll let you choose how the fight opens. What are you going to attempt? And then I want a combat roll.
Well, I have the following character traits. Brawler, walking weapon, one-handed weapon fighting, and my fist count as one-handed weapons.
Yep.
So, I roll D3 at the start of combat, and I get that many more attacks.
Correct. You do.
I get 2 more attacks.
Yep. So all your attack rolls will be at -1. But so that's 3. So that's a 3 attacks total.
Yep. Let's see. With my fist, I get a D6 weapon bonus to attacking. Yeah, and my fist also has penetration of 2.
Yep. I'm gonna presume none of you guys are wearing armor. None of you guys have natural armor. So.
I mean, I thought I was in BECKY, but whatever.
Oh fuck no.
Oh yeah, you thought you were in your fucking mech frame? What is fucking Metal Gear Rising Revengeance? Jesus Christ.
No, I'm not. Obviously not in armor.
So we have Louis' character sheet over here for me to reference. Page 1. And I am very happy that of the 2 character sheets that I've got ready to go, Harlan and Louis are there. That makes me very pleased.
Oh lord. Okay, so I reckon this will be. So all these attacks are going to be at a -1 penalty, but I get a total of 4 or 3.
3.
I thought
Because you got 2 extras and you have your well, you do have your 2 hands actually. So yeah, you have
One-handed
4.
weapon.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have 4 grand total, but I get a -1 on all of these, correct?
Correct. Yes, because you got
Okay.
the extra attacks.
Could I roll these en masse?
Sure, by all means. If that's the case, you would roll all 4 of the just roll all 4 of the dice, and then roll a single luck die for after it, and then just choose the pool. That's how multiple attacks work. So
Okay, it's 48, and then the modifier for all of these, I'm going to use martial arts instead of a regular. Actually, I guess I'd have to use a regular warfare. You're a quadruped, aren't you?
no, martial arts is designed to function against all members of other species. So, like, we're 200 years past humans having met most of these other species. I figure they would have adapted.
Hey,
their
dude,
fighting
I don't
styles.
know. I mean, maybe there's a manual out there
hold
that
on.
says I can judo flip a bear. I mean, I don't fucking...
He's only lived with humans and he's very young. Maybe he shouldn't get all things.
Judo flip a bear. Why?
Chop, 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 judo flip. Okay,
Unfortunately, the character that could do that is no longer here. So we love you, Klaxon.
Love you.
And then I'll roll a... Oh, those look like some good rolls.
One of those exploded, so you're gonna want to roll that die again and add
You
that
don't have
together.
to. You don't have to roll it.
No, I
again.
will. Okay, that's fine.
So that's
I'm replacing the first 3 with the 5 that I got on my D6. So 5, 4, 13, and 4 before the +7 modifier to all of those.
okay.
So let me just do some fucking math. 'Cause
No, like, what have you got? You
4,
keep that. You can't just keep
13.
replacing your rolls.
What? I wasn't replacing. I replaced the first one. I only rolled 1 luck die. You volunteered. That's all I'm saying. I am-
I forgot. Yeah, okay, I volunteered. And Harlan turned around and went, okay, but I get 4 attacks. Just so you know.
You literally walked up to a martial arts guy. It's like, yeah, I can take him.
I could take them.
Oh god, it's the mall scene. It's where the guy's like, I will do, martial arts in the middle of the guy, and then one guy like walks in and was like, oh, I think I can take this guy. Watch this, honey. Hands thing to someone, immediately gets fucking bodied.
I mean, like, pretty soon it's gonna be like the Indiana Jones scene. I'm just gonna take out a gun and shoot him. Like,
Okay, so your to hit rolls that I've worked out the math for, Red. So that's a 12, an 11, a 20, and an 11.
I put 29. Sorry, that is far exceeding what I actually rolled. Okay, yeah, it was a 20. My bad. I fat fingered the 9 instead of the 0.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm glad we both did math. Jesus.
We're
Okay.
good. We're good. So
How many of these are hits?
I'm gonna show all you guys the stats to each other. For the fun of it.
Oh my goodness.
It's entertaining. So,
Good.
right now, Louis, your defense at the moment is 8.
Yeah.
Because you have a defense of 8, and that means that every single one of these attacks is hit.
yeah.
I'm not trying to kill you.
Yeah, no,
Oh, that's nice
I'm
of you.
presuming not lethal in this spar, unless one of you
I mean-
guys says the opposite, and then, okay,
It does say my fist attacks can count as lethal.
yes,
Freaking monk.
that's basically what walking weapon does. It is a very fun
Yeah.
trait.
Yeah, this is why I wanted to take the Collider Gauntlet, Lee, because I can do this a lot.
Oh my
Kung
god.
Fu! Yes. Skadoosh.
All right. How much damage do my fists do, technically?
So,
Non-lethal damage.
like your baseline melee attack with no weapons at all is your might. That is your damage, plus whatever modifiers you would get from, in this case, walking weapon.
Okay, so setting the scene. Harlan is going to approach and sort of allow Louis to get comfortable and maybe like even make a little bit of a move. And as he is like moving into encounter, he's like announcing to the class what he's doing. I'm going to demonstrate how to fight a quadruped. We're going to go for leg sweeps and throws and flips. We need to get them off balance. Their balance is what makes them a formidable opponent. And he's going to like slide underneath you, grab you up underneath the shoulder and throw you.
Oh.
All right. So this is your base damage roll, plus also you have the, oh god, you have walking weapon as well, so you have a fixed mod on that. You really do have a knife, basically, for your bare hands.
Oh my goodness.
For all above table, I warned you.
Just like the other one, you would roll these damage dice all together if you choose. We can roll them separately with a luck die for each, your call.
I'll just roll them all together. I don't.
Okay, so it's all the dice and then a luck die separately. Since it's all one die anyway, it works out pretty much the same. It saves time.
So I add my might to these attacks, correct?
Yeah, your might
Or
is your might is your base die. So in this case, it's d8s. So you're using a d8 for each. Plus, also you have walking weapon for your melee abilities.
So it gives me a d6 bonus to each hit.
I believe so. Yep, we just
So I'm moving
check
at
that.
46 additional.
Where's my health on my phone?
That is your trauma. You have maximum trauma of 4.
I'm not going to kill you. I promise.
Oh my goodness.
I do have a penetration of 2. So if you have any
Hey,
natural.
Harlan, shush, you don't need it. It's fine. Don't penetrate me.
So yes, so your attacks are going to be a d8 and a d6, plus also a luck die. So it's a compound. So just roll d8 and 2. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a d6 and replace.
That's fair. Yes, you did. I can see that. It exploded, and so did the d8 at the beginning. So roll the d8 first. All right.
That always happens.
That's fair. So it's a 7.
I didn't even realize it. Okay, that's the d8.
Okay.
Explode.
So we're looking at an 11. And I'm going to presume each d6 at the end is in order. So that's going to be an 11 plus 2 for 13. So we subtract your toughness, Louis, from this attack. So
That's
13.
So let's add the 7.
Yep. And then you compare that to your trauma rating, which is right now 0. So you now add 7 trauma to your character. You might notice that puts you 3 over your max. So now we're gonna do that with all the other attacks in sequence and see how much we have left over. So
Okay, that's enough. If he's down on the
my
first
God.
one, I do not need to keep hitting him.
So-
Let's do more.
No, there's 3 more actually. But I
I'm
need
not
to
punching him
see
in
1
the
second.
fucking
There's a
knee,
reason
dude,
why I want to
like
do
that.
this because I want to give Louis a chance for
Yeah,
something really
we
awesome.
spent an entire game trying to sleep with the DM misses in character, and then he just did. What the heck?
God
Putting
damn.
a lot of-
Yeah, I know you're
We-
3 over your trauma, Paul, but just hold my beer.
Sweet, sweet
7,
revenge.
3, 10.
I don't even have any beer right now.
10 minus 6, 4. So we're looking at a total of 11 so far. Okay, I'm doing this for a reason. I'm not just doing this to traumatize Paul. I love you, Paul. So you actually completely negate the second one because you have your toughness negates that completely, so you're good. And then the final one is only it's actually not too bad. So it's 2. So it's okay. So right now your current trauma rating is at 13. Here's the trick, Louis. Ow. But
Yeah.
you can make a willpower roll. Well, actually, no, you need to make an endurance roll. If you succeed, you stay conscious and you can keep fighting.
Okay. Can I add things to my endurance roll?
What do you want to add?
Fucking everything.
I'm willing to let
Hey,
you.
can I... Come. Hold on. You can see my character sheet. Let me see if I can persuade you on something.
Okay.
Can I add my combat? Since we are, in combat.
Given this is a non-lethal fighting ring kind of situation, I'll let you do it. Yeah.
Okay. Can I add my awareness?
For this, no.
Oh, dodge. I have the dodge ability.
No. Unfortunately, that's for dodging things like rocks falling on your head and stuff. Like,
This dude is falling on my head.
not for
I
me.
am
No.
my own head.
I feel like I feel like it's tough for me to make that skill. I want to keep it so people can just like, I don't have to make a to-hit roll for fucking rocks. But like, it's still one of those like, no, it's not for combat. I should like put that in the brackets. Dodge, not for fucking combat.
I'd like to point out what Dungeonator said in the chat. I'm not gonna kill you. Proceeds to throw Louis straight through the hole of shit.
All right.
Alright,
I won't kill you. The void of space will do it.
Yeah.
Vacuum of space is cool.
Someone say endurance. Why are the dice funny shapes?
And also, one final thing. This is important to know. Your trauma, your current trauma, is a negative modifier on your attribute rolls, on all attribute rolls, until you neutralize it. I'm going to say since this is non-lethal, after this fight you'll be fine. But this,
I feel it. I feel like that. Yeah.
yes, for this roll,
I just
you'll
like
be at minus
extremely
13.
knock the wind out of you.
So, you
So
just...
wait, I roll a d8 plus 4 for my combat, and I have a minus 13.
Here's the trick. Here's the trick. You just need to roll a total of a 4 after mods, and your dice can explode, and you do have a luck die. So, if you explode, your character doesn't immediately.
I'm rooting for Louis.
I feel like your math is wrong. What do I have to roll?
So,
I roll it
okay.
in roll 20, otherwise I'll be tempted to.
So this is an endurance check, right?
Yeah.
That's an attribute roll. So you get your luck die.
is.
So that's a d6 and a d8. You choose which one you
Okay.
want. You also are adding combat to this. That's a flat modifier of +4.
It is.
So, this means roll a d6 and a d8.
Okay.
If it explodes, you can keep rolling and adding it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, roll the d8 then d6. I don't have to roll them together.
correct.
That one. That one.
They both explode! So you can roll both
make
again
that up.
and add them together. So, roll the d8, and then roll the d6. Okay.
Wow.
I can't
Wow.
even say that at 14 and 11. I'll take the 14. Plus 4 is 18 in total.
Hey
Oh,
Louis,
fucking good.
remember the way I told you? All you had to do was roll a 4 after the negative 13 modifier? You're
Yeah.
awake! So Red, you walk up and you judo chuck the shit out of Louis and he tumbles like a good 6-7 feet. And Louis, some deep, primal part of you is like, no, fuck it, I need one hit back. And you just stand up. For
Yeah.
what was basically a motorcycle accident.
That was good. Good throw.
I'm known for my motorcycle accidents.
We'll call that a 5 out of 10. Give me a minute. My turn. Okay.
Take your time. Does anybody have any questions in the interim?
One of the
Yeah.
soldiers nearby like, hey, was that with the hips or the arms?
A little bit of both. You have to move.
All
with
of me
the
fell.
angle.
It was not hip or arms. All of me fell. Okay. My turn.
Can you do it again?
No, you can't. It's turn-based combat. Thanks for the all.
Get a moat!
Oh, please.
Holy shit, get a moat for that. That's so good.
Right. I would like to fight now. I'm up.
Okay, so this is a combat roll. So,
Does Louis have ears? I'll discombobulate him next.
discombobulate. They do have flappy ears. So, that's going to be your combat roll, so that's intellect. And, yeah.
I'm gonna cheat.
You do still have a minus 13 to this, because it is an attribute
Alright.
roll that sticks around till after combat. I'm sorry.
I don't feel you're that sorry, because you've added the numbers to get there.
I'm glad you're mad at him and not me. I didn't come up with the rules. I'm just fucking playing the game
Yeah,
right
because
now.
I hate the player, I hate the GM, not the player.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck you, I mean that with love.
just double check something. I do apologize.
Imagine
By all
any
means.
bad guy we come up against, though, by the way.
Right.
So in case anybody didn't tell, Legacy is a death spiral system, and it is a very ruthless system for combat when it comes. Like, there's a reason why I'm like, hey, you guys really want to get good gear. Because that's how you get to that level of combat where you can actually stick around in combat and not instantly dissolve like paper in water.
This is me outside of my hard suit, too.
Yeah.
Well, this is me outside my mechie, so what's your point of that? Like,
I have a combat frame.
here.
You're compensated.
Right, so do I get to... Oh no, that's not my character. 1 second, let's actually look at that. Do I get to add my combat again?
Yes. Okay, so it's literally gonna, in this case, it's an attribute roll just like the other one. So in this case, it's intellect. So it's an attribute roll, so intellect, whatever your die type is there, and a d6, the wild die. You choose which one you want. And then just add your combat afterwards. It'd be +4. Because you have the minus 13 mods, so in this case it would be the equivalent to a -9. So whatever your roll is, -9.
If I say that I'm just gonna try and kick him in the nuts,
Right.
can I add savvy?
My Anazali nuts.
Yes! I absolutely would let you roll 7. And hey, Anazali have nuts.
What I'm also gonna do is play possum and try and get as close as possible without him realizing what I'm trying to do. Like, properly hype up the injury.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah. I'll let you add your savvy for this. 100%.
I'm gonna curb stomp you through the ground.
Right, so it is +5, and I'm rolling a D... What did you say?
Oh my god.
It's in this case your intellect, so D10 and a D6, because it's the wild die. The luck die is always a D6.
That's 7 +5, that is 12.
Okay. So in this case, it's actually you choose one or the other, because again, it's a luck dice. You choose which one you want to use.
So 7 plus my 5 for modifier is 12.
Okay. So unfortunately, then
I
that gets
kill
you
him?
-1. So you're at -1 for your roll. After
Did
the
that
mod.
hit?
No.
You didn't even check his sheet, Omni. Check his sheet.
I just
I am
looked at
looking,
It. It doesn't
I am
fucking
looking.
say -1.
Now, I'm not an engineer. I didn't complete engineering school, but I do believe -1 is less than 7.
As much as I'm shit talking out of
Maybe
character,
somebody else should do the math. Lonnie's really bad at math. Lonnie.
So,
No.
as much as I'm shit talking out of character, Harlan is going to help you up.
yeah. This
He's
is
also
a
going to hand
pretty,
you a water bottle.
this is a pretty resounding bing bing. Is like one of the guys like nearby sort of like takes a wrench, just like hangs it on the side of a toolbox for the bell.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You're heavy. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that was my plan. I'd say best out of 3, but you look tired. So why don't we just give you like a couple of days to? We've got places to be. I think I hear someone call it. Hello, Louis. Yeah, I gotta go. Good fight though. Yeah, you take over class. You got this.
And that's where we're gonna end the scene right there. Holy shit.
Yeah, Harlan's just going to silently watch him walk out of the room like,
Yeah.
alright.
That was an experience.
Stupid bipedal people with like.
You fucking biped.
So I'm gonna say, how's everyone's time looking? Because we've gone on for a while, and I think if some of us need to go to the bathroom at this point, because it's probably been a hot minute.
Yes.
Quick break.
Okay.
I don't have to be at work till 4:30, so I got to cut out of here at 4 because I got to walk. But
We're not
Yeah,
gonna be
same. I gotta go.
Okay, so you gotta go right about now? Alright. So if that's the case then, I think this is where we'll end the session. We'll pick up the session next time as you guys leave the room and alerts go all across your wrist links. Let you guys know you're there. And it's time to meet with another ship in orbit. And that's where we'll end the session for the day. I did not expect the session to go this way, and I'm very pleased it did because this is very fun.
That was fun.
Also, this is what it took to make this dog stop being an asshole tonight.
She just
Yes.
needs love.
The cuddles.
Sweet baby. Needs cuddles.
Maybe I should put Omni on my lap, see if he stops being an asshole. I'm just saying.
I'm glad it doesn't work.
Oh, God. I just want to
Oh my
take a quick
God.
moment to thank all of my incredible players. These guys are all excellent. Go check every single one of them out. Ampersand has such an amazing YouTube channel. Lolly's is an amazing player. and just an awesome being altogether. Red is my
Lolly is the
long-standing
DM.
homie.
Lolly is the DM. Lolly is the DM.
Thank you. We have JJ, my incredible friend, and also a great player as well. And Vaughn, my amazingly considerate partner, who's willing to let me turn the entire house into our studio like several times a week. So, thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, huge thanks to everyone who's involved so much. You all are incredible. My Tier 1 patrons again, Ampersand, Atlas, Heinrich, you guys are all great. Tier 2, the new ones, Souls Rolls and Necronomus, you guys are also incredible. You guys keep this channel running. Thank you so much. And for everyone who tuned in, this has been Legacy First Flight, and I'll see you out there, Voyagers. Peace.